Okay, well, this is day 3 now, the start of day 3 of Solo Tabletop Dungeon Fest. And we're continuing with Four Against Darkness. This is the 8th dungeon that I've been through so far. And I think we've got to be more than halfway through this thing. How many bosses have I encountered so far? Not many. I think this dungeon might end up ending as a result of me just kind of dead ending. When you have no rooms you can explore left, then the last room automatically triggers the final boss. So, hey, Faith to the Grave says, greetings, comrades. Thanks for jumping into the chat. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, where we left off. My party was right here. We just encountered a second guard room filled with grabbing crab things that thankfully did not run off with any of my equipment. And so now at this point, I need to start backtracking and making my way all the way, well, really here, I think. Oh, no, this door first. I'm going to drag my left hand against the wall, as it were, to make sure I do a clean sweep. And we'll see if maybe this will open up and fill in some of that space. But I need to adjust my party order to make sure that if I'm surprised, I don't have my weakest guys getting attacked from behind. So whenever I'm backtracking, I just move my party order. And now we're ready to start testing these rooms that I'm passing back through for wandering monster encounters. So let's see, we're right here. We're going to now move right here. And if I roll a 1 on a d6, that's a wandering monster. Oh, crap. Wandering monster right away. Okay, so normally I'm playing this, on a flat surface. I've got this kind of propped up so that I can point a camera at it more easily and, but I've got like a little white cube that I normally just kind of move around on this map. So I'll just put a note there so I remember that the party's currently right there. And so now Wandering Monsters, let's see, page 57 has the table we're going to roll on. And the higher, the worse it is on a d6. Let's see. Okay, 3, so that's not terrible. We're going to roll on the Minions table, or in my case, the Minions deck. So let's see what we run into here. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are fighting. We're almost through the Minions deck, actually. So this is the Cursed Wood Elves, or Cursed Wood Elves. So let's move over here now. And, oh yeah, I gotta move, because this is technically an attack from behind, so I want to represent that here. It's going to be interesting, this game is not designed to be played necessarily with so many components. I've kind of added components in. I mentioned this last time I streamed this game, I think. But really, all you technically need is this one... Oops, I tried to show you and knocked over my wood elves. But you just need the basic rule book. Now, it really is a much more basic game when you just have the basic rule book. But I mean, really, as far as supplies, you need a couple d6 on average, and the 1 or 2 or 3 maybe rule books, whatever rule books you want to have with you. They're not going to take up much space, and your graph paper. And then you can use other things to keep track of, like what is your party positioning. You don't need these fancy cards. You can just the stats are in the rule books. And so, as I said a time or two ago, I'm looking forward to seeing how compact I can make this thing, because my wife and I are going to be going on a trip in a couple months, and I'm definitely planning on taking this along. Okay, so attacking from behind are the Cursed Wood Elves. What do we got going on here? They have a level, let's see. Let me mark on my sheet here. These are minions again. This is the 7th minion group. After the 10th, I get to make an XP roll. Cursed Wood Elves. All right. I mean, that's kind of... as I said before, I was trying to keep the monster selection kind of thematic, because again, we're in the cultic cavern of chaos, and this is a place where creatures, both living and dead, are being offered up to be chaotically altered through weird, bizarre, other dimensional rituals so that they can be prepared to be the tools, the servants of Ziktul. And so, Cursed Wood Elves, that seems like it could kind of fit into that. But I did feel like the number of enemies that I have cards for compared to, the number of overall enemies I can use in my For Against Darkness games, it's very, very small. So, unfortunately, when I stream this game, I don't have near as much monster variety to choose from as I would like. It gets expensive buying a bunch of cards and components and stuff. But anyway, these are the Cursed Wood Elves. They've got, as I have altered it to average character level, they've got a level of 7. How many are there? D6 plus 3. That's going to be 4. So that seems pretty manageable, hopefully. Let's see. They have one attack per wood elf, and then one roll on the treasure table. So I guess that's nice. What do we got? At the beginning of the encounter, roll the highest tier die in your party. That's just going to be D6. If the number is lower than the number of cursed wood elves, a hero of your choice is transfixed. Oh crap. The hero will not be able to move, defend, or participate in combat in any way until all the elves are slain or fled. In a forest setting, increase the elves' level by 1, and they always fight. If the number is lower than the number of cursed wood elves, a hero of your choice... Okay, so I do get to at least choose. All right. I think that's going to be a pretty easy choice. Now, as I am looking at kind of like my preview window on YouTube, for anybody watching the live stream version of this, I am noticing that I'm getting a lot of buffering. There's a pretty huge delay, much more than normal, from the time I record to the time that it gets out to you guys. So I apologize if I seem way behind reacting to anything that you might put in the chat. I made a note to troubleshoot what's going on there, because that seems to be a little bit more of a recent thing that might have to do with my settings, as I am using OBS, the proper OBS instead of Classic for the first time in recent months. So anyway, sorry about that. All right, so I'm feeling like this isn't maybe crazy scary, but we will see. Right now I need to do this roll. Let's see, the number of cursed... So I need to get a 4 or better on a D6 to avoid this transfixed thing. Yes! Okay, got a 6, so we're good. Everybody's in. But this is a surprise encounter, so they get to attack first. I am going to... When you start out in a room encounter, the first round, it's just the heroes that are right in front, or in this case, because of a surprise attack, right in the back, I believe. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with. And so I'm going to focus all 4 of the attacks on the dwarf and the cleric. So we'll start with the 2 coming at the dwarf. He's got a D6 plus 3 to defend, and he needs to get higher than a what? Higher than a 7. Oh my gosh, because they're level 7. Okay, 5, 6. So he defended against 1, but he did take a damage from the other. So he is down to now 7 hit points, down from his max of 9. Now the 2 going up against the cleric. One of them, he definitely defends for... Oh, nice. Okay, he defended against both of them. Whew. Great. So now it's the hero's turn to see what they can do. This is an elf. I don't think the dwarf gets any particular bonus against elves. No, he does not. Oh, well. Okay, well, D6 plus 5, that's still pretty good. Here we go. 8. Yes, so he rolls higher or equal to or higher than the level, and he takes out 1. All right, I forgot to mark, kind of like the, put the markers on here for the number of these bad guys. There we go. All right. 3 left, cleric, taking a shot. D6 plus 2. Let's see here. Doesn't quite do it. Gets a modified total of 5, so that's not going to be effective. And in the first round of combat, the guys in the back row can't do anything. One of them's holding a lantern that he needs to put down. My wizard Elderast needs to put down his mapping supplies and get ready to cast spells, and so they can't do anything this round. So it's back to the Wood Elves, who now can spread out. There's 3 of them. I will have... I have to spread it out as evenly as I can, but I can still choose when there's 1 extra or 1 less, and so everyone but my wizard is going to be attacked this time. So first, the dwarf defends. Crap, not enough. So he's down to 6 now, out of 9. Cleric gets 7. But that's not enough. He has to get more than 7. So he also takes a hit. So he's down to 5 from his max of 8. And then finally, my rogue, Shaden. Oh man, no. He also failed. So he is down to 6 from his max of 7. Okay. And I'm glad that one of my guys did not get transfixed. That would have been lame. So back to the dwarf, I guess. And we'll see here what we can do. Oh, crap. I don't think... No, that was a critical failure. I've modified the rules so that I have a 50% chance that it'll actually be a crit fail if I roll a 1 instead of automatically being a crit fail on a 1, as the rules say. But he wouldn't... Even if it was a... But I still keep the die value, but a modified 1... still wouldn't be near enough. So that is a miss. All right, Cleric, come on. 8. Nice. Okay, so he takes out another one. Now, I need to refresh my memory. At this point, there are half of them. And I can't remember... Let's see, page 22. If it's half or less than half of their number that triggers... When a group of minions loses more than half its initial number, the remaining minions must make a morale roll. Okay, so not yet. After the next Wood Elf goes down. Okay, so Shaden the Rogue is going to try and use his sling from the back row. It's got a -1 penalty on it. Nope, not going to be near enough. Let's see. Elderast the Wizard. Does he want to use a spell at this point? I've got 1 memorized sleep spell and 1 sleep spell scroll. But that's great against like big numbers, large numbers of minions. I've got 3 fireball spells. Actually, I've got 4 that I could use, and I'm guaranteed to kill at least one of them. But I don't feel like these guys have been that much of a threat up to this point. We still have plenty of healing potions. The cleric still has 2 more healing spells. Yeah, so we're good. We're good right now. So Elderast, I think, will just, I guess, try to do a lame attack. Oh, wait, no, he can't even do that. No, he doesn't have, he's all he can do is spells from where he's at in the back row. Or front row, as it is, in the surprise encounter. So back to the Wood Elves. We've got 2 left. They're both going to attack the dwarf and the cleric are going to get attacked. First, the dwarf. Oh man, crit fail. So he is down to 5 now. And the cleric... Ooh, 6, which explodes. Roll again. +4. So that's 10 plus 2 is 12. So it's... Oh man, not quite enough to take out 2 of them, but it does take out 1, and now they're going to have to test morale. On a 1 to 3, they're going to run. On a 4 to 6, they're going to fight. And they rolled a 3, so they run. Nice. And so I roll on the treasure table. That's the end of the Cursed Wood Elves. Let's see what they dropped on the way out. Let's see. Here we go. 2. Okay, so just 2 d6 gold pieces. Nothing very exciting. So that's going to be 8 gold pieces. Brings my current total up to 70, or no. It's going to be 66. I got to do some erasing to make room here. That's just the gold I have on hand, of course. I've got a lot more back at my headquarters, the guild hall or whatever. All right. Good. All right, so now I'm going to maintain that party order because we're still backtracking. We stopped right here, and so now I'll change actually this. Can't quite see that. I'll change this P since we're moving on. The party's not there anymore, but I'll make a note just for posterity. We ran into a wandering monster here. It was the cursed wood elves. In a special chicken scratch writing that only I can decipher. Okay. So we're right here, and we're ready to move into this space here. Let me roll to see if there's any wandering monsters. No wandering monsters. Okay, so now I'm going to change my party order because we're about to go into a new room. So I'll move this over here, put my dwarf and my cleric back in front. And now we're ready to roll and see what kind of room shape we're dealing with anyway. 64. Let's see. All right, so we're looking at this one right here. That's pretty much going to dead end. No matter whether I place it this way or the other way, it's pretty much going to dead end. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, absolutely, it's going to just dead end into. Let's make it a room, though. If I just put the spaces out, well, I think actually, even if it gets cut off, if it's a room on this chart, then it's considered a room when you put it on your map. But just to help me remember, we're going to do that. That's all we can fit on there. And let's roll for contents. 5. It's empty, but I roll on the special features table on page 32. I feel like I've hit this special feature tables. This might be like the 3rd time at least I've run into it in this dungeon. It's just a little more frequent than I'm used to. Let's see what we got. 5. Oh, it's another statue. Yeah, this is why, I kind of... Gosh, is there... Let me see. Does this... I'm using right now this... for some of this, I'm using some elements of Caverns of Chaos, which is kind of a Lovecraft-inspired dungeon expansion. And that special features table, I'm wondering if they have a different special... I think they might have some kind of like a different special features table in here. Caverns of Chaos special feature table. Maybe I should start using this. Maybe I should re-roll here and see what happens. Yeah, this looks kind of cool. Let's see, what's 5 on here? I'll do 5 on the Caverns of Chaos special feature table instead. So 5 is Library of Chaos textbooks. The room is a library. If you want to spend some time in research here, roll for wandering monsters. At the end of the research, a character will automatically gain a clue and has a 2 in 6 chance of finding a scroll with a chaos spell. Ooh, like the sound of that. Roll d6. On a 1, the character also gains 1 madness. I'll have to remind myself what the madness rules are. Roll d6 on a 1 or 2, the character must also roll on the touched by chaos table. Well, this sounds super interesting, so let's do it. Let me make a mark here that this is a library. I'll specify Chaos Library. Nice and thematic. For, you know, if they're going to do these dark deeds altering creatures, they gotta, you know, you gotta have your whacked out Lovecraftian library of forbidden books. So, let's see here. What does it say first? Okay, so roll for Wandering Monsters. We'll do that first. Oh my gosh! We got a Wandering Monster. Crap. Okay, so Wandering Monster table on page 57. Oh no, that means I am going to get attacked from behind, I just realized. Dang it! Ouch, this is going to hurt. Okay, so, 4, which is still going to be minions at least, so it's not insanely crazy. And the only card left in my deck before I reshuffle the minions is Mist Zombies. So let's bring it over here. Oof. Hope this is worth it. Alright, so they've totally gotten the drop on my party. These are my 8th group of minions, getting closer to that XP roll. Mist Zombies. Alright. They have... Oh, they're pretty low level. So that's nice at least. They're just level 5. And the number of them is equal to... Oh, crap. 5. Okay. Alright. That's a healthy amount for sure. Okay. Now, what do these guys got going on? They're undead minions. There's a 3 in 6 chance of surprise. Well, I've already been surprised. Their level is increased by 1 if fighting in corridors. Well, thankfully, that is not the case. They're always going to fight, so no point in checking reactions. They each get 1 attack. All right. They're going to focus all of their attacks. All 5 of these guys are going to focus all their attacks on my dudes up front. So I'll put 3 of those attacks on the rogue Shaden. And let's see here. He blocks, thankfully, 2 of them, but he does take 1 point of damage. So he's down to 5 out of 7. And then 2 against my wizard Elderast. Ugh, boy. Yikes. Okay, so he takes both of those hits. And that brings him down to 3. Out of his max of 6. Gosh, yeah, he'd already lost a point somehow? When did that happen? Okay. Alright, anyway, so now I think... I can't remember if this is in the rules or not, but I think I house ruled this. That if I'm willing to have everyone skip their turns, I can use 1 turn to like rearrange my guys. However, I'm thinking that does that even matter when you're in a room? I don't know. I'm happy to sacrifice a turn just to be sure I can move my guys around. So I am going to just use this entire round of the heroes to reposition them. And then we'll give it back to the Mist Zombies for another round. And this time, 3 are going to go on the Dwarf, and 2 will go on the Cleric. Oh, crap. Brutal. Yeah, all 3 of those get through. So that brings my Dwarf down to 2 out of 9. He's got 2 healing potions ready to fire off if he needs to. Let's do the Cleric now. He's able to block both of those. Great. So now we come back to the heroes' turns. I'm going to say that since they were completely using their move to reposition themselves, the rogue and the wizard do have to use this round to put their mapping and lantern stuff away, so they can't participate in combat still this turn. But the dwarf and the cleric can both do something. I'm going to have the dwarf, of course, attack. Man, nothing against undead. He does better against goblins, trolls, ogres, giants. So some of those traditional living D&D type monsters. Dragons also, since a thing that got added to his character. But not the undead. Oh, the cleric, though. This will be his time to shine, maybe. I'm thinking, do I want the cleric to attack? I don't know. Let's see how the dwarf does first. All right. So that's going to be 5, 7. Okay, so that takes out one of them. I think I will have the cleric attack. D6 plus 4 plus an additional 1 because he's got an enchanted weapon. So D6 plus 5 here. Oh, 6 explodes. Roll again. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And these guys are level, huh? He almost takes out 3 of them. Nice. Haha. Nice. Okay, I'm glad I attacked that turn. Alright, so the rogue, the wizard, getting their stuff all ready. Cycle back around to the zombies. There's 2 of them left. I'm pretty sure... Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Their reactions say that they always fight, but it seems like they still are going to test morale unless... Let me check the rules for morale to see if there's anything that says undead don't check morale or something. Let's see here. Morale rules on page 22. I don't think it will. I think when a group of minions loses more than half its initial number. It doesn't say that this is not the case. Oh, hold on. Oh no, monsters, it says monsters who fight to the death see monster reactions below, do not test morale. So it doesn't say they fight to the death, it say they always fight. So that's weird that, I'm gonna say that since there's zombies, sometimes when I'm playing games solo and there's a rule that I just think does not fit with the theme, then I just dismiss that rule. That's one of the luxuries of playing solo. And yeah, I don't like that. I think that these zombies should fight to the death. It doesn't make any sense that they would run. Even if they're mist zombies. I don't know why that would make them more cowardly somehow. So, all right. Did I say that I think last time we already had the rogue and the wizard get ready. I think they're ready now. I think so. I could be wrong. Another hazard of streaming is that I can't multitask. Can't keep it all in my head. This game moves so much more faster and so much more smoothly when I'm just quietly playing by myself without talking. All right. So here comes the rogue. That's going to be... Oh, he does hit. Okay, great. So he takes out 1 zombie. There's just 1 left. Eldrast isn't going to bother. We'll cycle back to that 1 zombie's turn. He's going to attack the dwarf. No. I'll have him attack the cleric. Cleric has a little bit better defense in this situation. Well, even in any situation, right? Why do I have that asterisk next to defense? Oh, that's because the dwarf has some bonuses to defense against certain non-zombie monsters. All right. And the cleric does successfully defend, so now we go back to the dwarf's turn to attack. Another critical fail, dang it. Let's do the... oh, you know what? Let me check to see if that actually was a critical fail. It was. Okay. So now we move on to the cleric, who gets just enough to... well, yeah, a little better than just enough, but that takes out the final mist zombie. There they go. Good grief. Before I forget, I want to adjust my marching order here. Oops. Because we'll be back to regular exploration mode before I know it. Although first I've got to find out what's going on in this crazy library. Alright, so in the Chaos Library here, let's get back to this description. At the end of the research, so we've done the research now, at the end of the research, a character will automatically gain a clue. So let's take care of that. Let's give the clue to Elderast. He can track these. He would be the one researching. Oops. All right. And has what, a 2 in 6 chance for something? What was that? 2 in 6 chance of finding a scroll with a chaos spell. So let's try that. On a 5 or 6, I get a chaos spell. Oh, bummer. Let's see what else. Roll d6 on a 1 or 2. The character must also roll. Oh wait, roll a d6 on a 1. The character also gains 1 madness. Oh my gosh! Elderast gains a madness. Actually, I think that might be kind of the best scenario right now, because I think that he is least likely to, in normal situations, to gain madness. And let's see, where are the... is there a glossary? I need to look up the madness rules. They might not be in here. They might be in a different supplement. Anyway, I'll just make a note that he's got 1 madness. It doesn't come into play until you've gained a significant number of them. I highly doubt that I'm going to be gaining more madness. So, he's got a madness of 1. Peeking into crazy otherworldly stuff he shouldn't be messing with. And then I roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, the character must also roll on the Touched by Chaos table. Jeez Louise. Okay, got a 5, so he's going a little nuts. He's on his way there, but he's not yet touched by chaos. So, cool, okay. Yeah, I'll probably stick with that table for the rest of the crawl here. Let's see. So, that's it for the Chaos Library. I need to make a note, though, that we fought mist zombies here. And now I can actually reshuffle my minions deck here. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I need to actually put my guys into... I wasn't thinking. I need to put my guys back into reverse marching order because we're going to backtrack, which can trigger wandering monsters. Okay, so having done that, we're going to move into this room. Let me roll. No wandering monsters. Let's see. Let's go back into this secret room here. No wandering monsters. So now I'm going to reposition to traditional marching order as we head into a new room. We're going to head right down here and see what's up. Oops. Okay. So 41. Which means we're dealing with this room shape right here. Doesn't make too much difference how I orient it. Yeah, in fact, it makes almost no difference. Let's see. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, down 1, and then we got a door. All right. Well, let's roll for the contents of the room. See what we're dealing with here. 5. Oops, let me check something here. Okay. Every once in a while I think to myself, did I remember to click the record button? All right, 5 in a room. Oh my gosh, it's just what we had last night. It's the stinking special features table again. All right. Well, now I'm a little bit nervous after that crazy chaos library. Here we go, though. 3. Oh, great. It's a Chamber of Horror and Pain. For more chat about geek entertainment, answers to your questions, and news from the wider world of Christian geekery, get the Christian Geek Central podcast today on iTunes and other podcast services.